Welcome to the App Showcase, where we review Microsoft-related apps primarily from the App Store, but also through trial versions. SV MacPack is a certified veteran-owned and HUBZone consulting firm supporting primarily the U.S. federal government. In support of our customers' need to do market research on apps such as these, we started recording our review of these apps. We hope these reviews help you as well. In this video, we'll be reviewing YouTube feeds from some SharePoint consultant out there. It's an app from the Microsoft Store. And as always, I'll move fast, pointing out what I like and what would make me hesitate to recommend the app to my customers. My goal is to be as candid as I would be if just talking to my own team about this app. Hopefully the review helps you and perhaps even provides good feedback to the publisher of this app or publishers of other apps. Let's go ahead and get started by clicking over to my SharePoint site. Here's the App Store page for this app. And as we get through, the first thing I always like to do is to look at the ratings. On the left-hand side coming down, it's less than 3 stars. And when you click on the reviews, the first 2 reviews are pretty scathing. Talking about it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. And it is great that they have a review here in December 2014, right after they launched it. So maybe that one, maybe I'll throw away 1 bad review, 1 good review, and I'll take whatever's left, and that gives me a 1 star. Let's go ahead and go back to the overview. Just coming down the left-hand side again, one other thing is it was dropped out here as a 1.0 version, and looks like it's never been updated in the last 4 years or so. Let's go ahead and 3 years plus. And then let's go ahead and look at the middle part. This is where the features are listed, and they do a pretty good job talking about it. Extensive configurable options. That looks exciting. You can set slider options. Some of this stuff is similar to what I might see YouTube providing in a playlist, but it's great that they might be able to provide here. This will be interesting to see it as a slider as well. This is obviously kind of a deal breaker. Anytime somebody provides you an app and says, you know, please ignore the errors, just be nice. It's kind of like my painter saying, sorry, I missed a wall, but just don't worry about that. Look the other way. Let's go ahead and take a look at these pictures, though, that they have on this side. So clearly it looks like this one is showing a way to lay out the slider where it comes across the bottom for different videos, and then you see it on the top. The next picture looks like it's just showing the feed coming in. And then, okay, so the last one here is talking about some of the configuration things you can do. So in this particular case, there's a lot of good, it's a lot of good configuration. Let's go see if it can work. The people who were giving it bad reviews were saying that that functionality is either not there or not working. But let's give it our own shot. I already have installed it. YouTube feeds down here at the bottom. We'll click on it together. This is my first time clicking on it, so we'll see what happens. Okay, let's go ahead and read this. First off, look how brutal this is. This is pretty bad. This is the sweet bar, and it shouldn't be brutalized like that. I wish they'd learn not to do that. I'm going to start with reading what we have here. It's saying it's a SharePoint hosted app. It's funny, a lot of this information would be helpful on the Microsoft Store. So this is just marketing. That wasn't helpful at all. Let's go ahead and look at the, I'm assuming this is the overview. Okay, so how about how to? All right, here's the how to. It's pretty thorough. It's saying add a web part. I'm going through it pretty fast. The organization name in. It's funny, it says you must set the organization name. I don't know what that means, like whether it's the YouTube one or us, but so the directions aren't that helpful to me. I'm going to walk in and see how intuitive it is. Let's go ahead. This is an about us. We are SharePoint consultants. Here they're talking about getting hold of us. It's a company out of India. Here's a couple of key contacts there, but apparently people tried to reach out to them. It didn't work. The last button I'm going to click is this one on the far right. You might not see it, but it's a release. And so basically there's nothing there. Let's go ahead and try this and see how intuitive it is. By the way, so it's cutting off the edge of the screen. There's a lot more errors on this. It says... I mean, I'm definitely going to be recommending, by the way, not to use this, but because we're in the tour, and this is the only YouTube one I found on the store, I am kind of curious on what it looks like. So we'll just give it a shot. YouTube feeds right here. Let's go ahead and see what it has. Okay, so this is expected. They said that in the user guide that it would be missing. I'm going to edit this. We'll come over here and take a look at our web part. And on the bottom, it has the YouTube feed settings. I'm going to scroll up so you can see these, hopefully a little. I mean, now you're seeing it probably really well. Okay, let's come down here and let's just call this SV Mac Pack. And then number of records, because it's videos, I'm just going to start with 4 and see what that looks like. It's got autoplay, so it looks like it'll play right away. Slider 1 and 2 is not descriptive. It'd be nice to know what that means. Oh, this is good. So that's pretty handy. You can sit there. It's got to be coordinating with YouTube to understand the sort order, you know, whether you're sorting on relevance or view count. I like publish because it just allows us to see what was last. I'm going to leave the height and the thumbnails the same size at the moment as the default. You know what's funny? Maybe I'm just missing this, but I have no idea where to put the YouTube feed. The only thing I can think of is maybe it's supposed to go here. Let me see if I can post a feed there. I just put a playlist in there, and I'm just going to hit OK and see what happens. Parse error. Was that one of the things we're supposed to ignore? I got to tell you, I have no idea. Sorry, just hang with me. Actually, you can stop watching if you just need to go somewhere else. But if you're interested in figuring out how this works, hang with me a couple more seconds. Edit, add the part, add YouTube feeds, edit the web part. Only my diehard fans are following me now, but that's okay. We're going to figure this out. I have no idea what they're talking about here. I don't know what the organization name is, like whether that's a... I have my channel open. Let me pop over to this, and maybe it's this. Maybe it's the whole channel. And I come back to this guy here really quick. Okay, this last one, we'll figure it out. Yes, I got it. Okay. I got to keep the messages open because I'll be using it for other things, but let me replace this and see what we get. Well, as you can imagine, I'm recommending you skip this app until forever. I hope you found the review useful as you evaluate various apps available to you and your organization. Please provide me with feedback in the comments. Let me know how I can make the app showcase and these reviews more useful to you. Feel free to even suggest apps we should review, and we'll work to get them on the schedule. Finally, if you found this review helpful, please share a note about it on one of the social media platforms. I'm your host, Neil McDonald with SV MacPack. I thank you for joining me today and hope you'll join me again for other reviews.